Hello students, today's our topic is 13C NMR or CMR. In order to discuss this technique, let us consider the following points one by one. As we know, the carbon has two important isotopes which occurs in nature. One of them is 12 carbon, which have the natural abundance 98.7%, and other is 13 carbon having the natural abundance 1.108%. Since the 12 carbon has spin quantum number is equal to 0, it is an NMR inactive species, but 13C has I is equal to half, it will be NMR active species. The comparison of the natural abundance of the 13 carbon and 1H nuclei clearly indicates that 1H is approximately 100 times more sensitive than the 13 carbon, because the natural abundance of 1H nuclei is approximately 99%. Hence, it will be about 100 times more sensitive than the 13 carbon. Now let us see the following relation between the resonance condition and applied magnetic field, which can be expressed gamma B naught upon 2 pi, where gamma is the gyromagnetic ratio of the concerned nuclei, and if we will take here the hydrogen, for which the gamma value is 2.674 into 10 to the power 8, and while for the carbon its value is 0.672 into 10 to the power 8, that is its value is about 4 times less than that for the proton. And if we will calculate the resonance frequency for the hydrogen and nuclei, then it comes out to be 60 megahertz by using the applied magnetic field 14,100 Gauss or 1.41 Tesla. But for the carbon 13, it comes out to be 15 megahertz. It means the by applying the same magnetic field, that is 1.41 or 14,100 Gauss, we will get the resonance condition of 60 megahertz in case of hydrogen, but only at the 15 megahertz in case of the carbon 13 nuclei. Here we can understand them in the form of diagram. We have applied this field 1.41 Tesla, and this is the nuclei for hydrogen. These are the two energy state with this energy spacing, and this energy spacing is correspond to the resonance frequency 60 megahertz. And in case of 13 carbon, this energy spacing is approximately 15 megahertz, that is it is 4 times less. In the same applied magnetic field, this is 1.41 Tesla magnetic field. And now we will try to understand what will be the effect on the sensitivity on recording the NMR spectra of both these nuclei by considering their population. Here we are using this population difference equation in terms of the Boltzmann equation, and alpha upon n beta is equal to exponential minus del E upon kt. It means more the energy spacing between the two concerned states, more will be the population differences between the nuclei. Here we can understand this equation. We see in case of hydrogen nuclei, the population difference is large, that is 60 megahertz. And energy difference is large, that is 60 megahertz, and this will result the more population difference. It means the alpha state will have more nuclei than the beta state. But in case of this carbon 13, there is less energy spacing, that is del is less, and this will result that the population differences between these two states now will be less than that for the hydrogen nuclei, and when both of these states will have almost same population, then the chances of the transition will be less. It means the signal will be less intense or less sensitively detected. But in case here the more the population difference, more will be the probability of resonance, and more will be the chances of the detection of the signal, and it will be more highly or sensitively detected than the 13 carbon. However, in case of the 13C NMR, the low sensitivity problem can be reduced by lowering the temperature or increasing the population, increasing the energy difference. And this energy difference del E can be increased by applying the more field. That is, we can increase this field. 1.41 Tesla field can be increased, and then it will result the higher value of del E. It means more higher value of del E means more will be the population difference, and then the signal will be easily detected, and it could only be detected only after the development of FT-NMR techniques. Now in the case of the chemical shift, the chemical shift value in the CMR can range from 0 to 250 del value compared to 0 to 15 in PMR. With respect to the TMS, TMS will remain the same for both the technique. Here the ranges of the signal is wide, and there are less chances of the overlapping in the CMR technique. There are various factors which can affect this value of the chemical shift, like hybridization, electronic effects, but we will not go or discuss more than about. But here there is a table for which we can see we have given the value for alkanes. It can range from 0 to about 60. For the alkyne, this can range from about 60 to 100, and for alkene it can range from 100 to 150, and for the carbonyl group which is present in aldehyde, ketone, esters or other acid derivatives, it can range from 160 to 220. Now during the measurement of carbon 13 CMR spectra, normally there are large number of hydrogen nuclei are also present, and they remains attached with the carbon atom, and there is oftenly a problem is encountered that there will be a coupling between the carbon and hydrogen will take place. Carbon 13 and hydrogen will take place. Here we can take a simple example. In this molecule there are three set of the equivalent carbon. They are first one A, B, C. Then it means we expect 3 CMR signal from this compound. Second example, there are total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 set of the non-equivalent proton, and we expect 5 CMR signal, and in this case there is only one kind of the carbon. Both of these are equivalent, and we expect one type of the CMR signal. In this case there are 4 kind of the carbon atom, and we expect only 4 CMR signal. Actually here we are talking about the spin coupling between the carbon 13 and the proton attached to it, directly attached to it, or they are at the gem position, or they are present at the vicinal position, or they are in the long range. There is always the probability of coupling between the carbon 13 and hydrogen, and in order to simplify the carbon 13 CMR spectra, we use the technique which is known as 1H broadband decoupling or proton decoupling. or we can also call it heteronuclear spin decoupling. In this technique, we can use an additional frequency from the outside which will decouple all the proton, and they will not then undergo any type of the coupling with the proton with the carbon atom attached to them, or they are adjacent to this carbon atom. In this case, we can understand this technique by taking the example of this. Here we can see this proton, this carbon has 3 proton and it will form a quartet. This has the 2 neighboring hydrogen, it will give a triplet, it will also give a triplet, and it will form a quartet. And when we will use the broadband decoupling technique, these all peaks will appear as a singlet, and due to the formation of singlet, the intensity of the CMR signal is highly increased and they can be detected easily. However, we have to uh, forget about the neighboring environment of these carbon atom when we use this type of the broadband decoupling technique. But we can alternatively use the off resonance technique as well, in which the coupling to the hydrogen atom attached directly to carbon is not eliminated, it is only the coupling to the next hydrogen is eliminated. Thank you.